Conor McGregor versus Donald Cerrone, UFC 246. Bad matchup for Conor. Just bad matchup. Why? There are so many reasons. Taking a fight in 7-week notice, just not right for Conor McGregor. This guy's been out of action for over a year. 13 months to be exact, right? And the last 3 years, he's only fought twice in the MMA. UFC in general. Well, if you count the boxing match, that's 3 fights in 3 years. And he's coming back after another 13-month layoff with a lot of legal issues, and he's gonna fight Cowboy Cerrone. That's just not a good idea to me. I mean, 2 fights in the last 3 years against, and it's just not a good idea. I mean, for Cowboy, it's a great idea for Cowboy. You're gonna get this big bucks for sure, and you gotta think about it. Cowboy takes a lot of short notice fight. You talk about 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 6 weeks notice. This guy's always in shape, and he's used to taking fights at short notice. And on top of that, Conor wanting to fight at 170 pounds is good for Donald Cerrone. Cowboy always say that 155 is draining, and as he gets older, it's getting harder. Cowboy lost his last 2 fights in the 155 against top fighters like Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje by KO, I believe it was, for Justin Gaethje. But yeah, and now he gets to fight back at 170 pounds, not needing to drain that extra 15 pounds of weight. That's an advantage for Donald Cerrone. He's fought in a few years ago, I don't know if you noticed, but he's fought in the welterweight division 10 times in the UFC, and he's won like 6 of those fights by finish. Yeah, like we're talking about KO or TKO finishes, and he's lost 4 of those fights against 4 fights in welterweight, which is against the top gamers, like let's say Robbie Lawler. He lost to Robbie by decision, but yeah, just a year before that, Robbie was the welterweight champion, and he lost to Darren Till, which fought for the title, also the welterweight strap, a few fights after that. And then you have Leon Edwards, who's really game, who's in talks of a title fight. It's either he's gonna fight Tyron Woodley or the welterweight title next fight. And Donald also lost to Jorge Masvidal, which needs no introduction. Fighter of the year this year, Jorge Masvidal. Those are the only 4 losses in the welterweight division, which all fought for the title or in talks of the title or was a title holder. So that's the type of fighter Conor McGregor is about to fight. Someone who's experienced in the welterweight, who doesn't need to cut as much weight, who could still drink a beer, have fun, and still trains. And besides that, no disrespect to Nate Diaz. I mean, when Conor moved up to fight Nate in 170, which he did twice, Nate isn't the fastest fighter and the most precise fighter, let's just say. Well, I'll leave the precise off, but he is not the most fastest and the most power punching fighter out there. So for Conor to move up to 170 to fight someone like Donald Cerrone, who's used to 170, who's done it before many times, who's fast, who's precise, and just a flash knockout. This isn't a Nate Diaz where he's gonna tire you out with his punches before he finishes you. Cowboy Cerrone is known for flash knockout and combos. You see the fight with Rick Story, he's fought the who's game and stuff, and you're talking about in the welterweight division where he is just fast. He's a flash knockout. Conor's gonna think that Donald's gonna be slower in the 170, but no, Donald Cerrone still throws head kicks out of nowhere, head kicks you can't really see. So that's trouble for Conor. I mean, if we're talking about advantage, what's Conor's advantage, or how will Conor win? Conor's chances to me is slim. 7-week notice once again. And I think if he is to win, he'll win by TKO or a KO by punches. He will not win by kicks against Cerrone. I feel like because don't forget, he did train for a Mayweather fight, and what did he train? All punches. So I think we have yet to really see his skills when it comes to boxing moves. But we're not trying to say boxing and MMA, but he has more punch, more precision. He's already precise as a puncher. Don't forget what he did to Eddie Alvarez. But now he's even more precise with his punches. Don't forget what he did to Jose Aldo too. Don't forget that. So yeah, it's like Conor, if he's to win, I'll say he'll win with punches, either by KO. Because we didn't get to see that against Khabib because he was more worried about the ground game and having to use his legs to keep in distance. but now you're fighting Donald Cerrone, which is bigger and taller than you. So Conor McGregor's chance would be by punch. I'm not sure how he's gonna do it, because there are times where Cerrone likes to just rush in and punch, but when Cerrone rushes in and punch, he's a bit stiff, head high. So I think Conor's gonna do one of those slip and punch, like what he did right before he came to UFC. He did the slip and punch to knock out his opponent, or back up, slip, punch, or Donald might bait him into doing the slip as he's coming in and throw one of his flash head kick. Who knows? You know, it's like there's a lot of outcomes from this, but I feel like Conor has a. If Conor is to win, he's gonna win by knockout punch. Now let's talk about how Donald Cerrone can win. Donald's not just game with his kickboxing. Don't forget, this guy has a freaking unique amount of submission. He's like Nate Diaz. If he see you hurt on the ground, he's not gonna go for the TKO. He's gonna soften you up with more punches, but he will take whatever advantage there is. If your neck is out there, he'll choke you out if he has to. You know, he'll do what he has to do to win. Once you're out there, he's not just gonna see you with left right there and he could submit you and to win. He's not just gonna see you beat up you and he's gonna keep punching you. If he see you with your neck open, he's gonna go for the submission. So there are a lot of chances for for Donald Cerrone to win, and of course the advantage of 170 pound for him, less weight cut, less training. Cerrone has I could just picture Cerrone win in so many ways. Of course, we kind of want Conor to win, because I personally want the trilogy fight with Nate Diaz. You know, El Nito scrap pack. But yeah, I just don't know. It's like 7-week notice. Conor, what are you doing? Of course, I don't think you were. I know you weren't just looming around this whole time, but for that 13 months without training. But I know you had so much distraction also. Like, we can't really see the Conor. Oh, don't forget him and his coaches, the issues. And Donald Cerrone is just used to taking short notice fight. Let me know in the comment below what you think, who you got, and how, why is that person gonna win against that guy? I wanna know. Break it down to me. Is there anything I'm missing? Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe, and let's move on to the next one, Jon Jones versus HERES.